Minnows FK Suduva to Glasgow on a cold, wet September evening for the first hurdle on the road to sunny Seville. There had been some, frankly, ridiculous speculation before the tie that Celtic's Swedish hitman Henrik Larsson had perhaps lost the way to goal, given that it had been all of 2 games since he had last hit the net. Martin O'Neill was also erring on the side of caution in pointing out the danger of underestimating opponents in European competition. But all of this was forgotten as Celtic cruised to a 5-goal lead within the first half hour. In the process, a hat-trick from Henrik Larsson took his European tally to 21, equalling Ali McCoist's Scottish club record.
Larsson is inside, he's done it! Beautifully taken, and he has answered those people who felt he is in decline, and that's the only way as a player you can answer back, and he did it in the most spectacular way. Referee keeping his eye on that little knot of players in the middle. Who's going to get the touch? Is Henrik Larsson. That's his double. And you could tell from the moment he rose there with that elegant little turn of the head. That's all the economy of effort and the maximum of result. Oh, that's a glorious goal by Petrov. Right out of the blue. It didn't look as if it was going to be at all dangerous for the defence. He leant back, and then all it was net van Wallop. Guppy. Beautiful turn, and there's Larsson again. He'll go, and it's in. No! He's claiming the goal, and I think it went in, yes. It had crossed the line. There's his hat-trick. It didn't reach the back of the net, but the assistant referee away across in the corner had a very close look at this. There's a little dab over the keeper. The defender couldn't quite get it out. It had crossed the line. Celtic 4 up, Larsson 3. Where goes Guppy? Plenty of space, nobody in front of him. Celtic flooding into the box. There's a ball across again, and again it's in. This time, coming right up in the back of it, Sutton. 3 of them into the box very quickly. The 5th goal, and coming when it does, I think we're in the process of an outright demolition.
I think Henrik will fancy the direct shot, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's a touch for Petrov as well. He really has got power in that right foot.
We shall see. It is indeed, and the goalkeeper just gets down there, and it's in. Lambert comes up to finish it off. Sutton hit it up well. Petrov, that must be this time, surely, yes. Hodgson does it again. Off he comes the bench to score a goal, and this time with delightful poise, just dragging the goalkeeper towards him, keeping his head, and then sliding it away. Hodgson's going to blast it, and he touches it over, and that is a goal by Jusbach.
You must remember that Celtic did the very
Baltic winter, and the return leg 2 weeks later. Martin O'Neill sent out a virtual reserve team shored up by a few of the big boys to complete the job, which they duly did.
Lovely piece of interplay. Look at Healy flowing forward. There's a chance. David Fernandez, he's going to lob the goalkeeper, and it's in. This time it does count. A beautiful move by Celtic. They open the scoring, and although Fernandez has injured himself, with 12 minutes gone, an immaculate piece of play from midfield, and finished very coolly by a man who showed with Livingston he could do exactly that. Hodgson, Thompson, Maloney, very deep Maloney. Agat, dementing this man in front of him, he really is. Healy, now McNamara. Curving ball, Hodgson with his beady eye on, and that's a beautiful ball inside. That's it. Second one as Alan Thompson read that beautifully. I mean, you could see Hartson looking at it, might have gone for himself, and all he did, nonchalantly, heading it down into the path.
In an away goal.
Well, it started at one heck of a pace. It's like an old firm game at the moment, and they know all about that here. Here's David Thompson. He can strike them from distance, and that whistles past the right-hand post of Rab Douglas. And now Agat taking on Johansson, and that was Petrov, and what a good header and a point-blank range save from Stilian Petrov by Brad Friedel.
Well, Friedel played magnificently at Highbury and he almost just picked it up where he left off. That was a magnificent save. Really the first attacking opportunity for himself. They carved them open. Good cross from Agat, and really Petrov, if he'd have probably headed it down, Friedel had no chance, but he just somehow got his arm to it, going the wrong way.
Now then, two-guy to Neil for Blackburn. Erstenstadt, it ran on a little bit here. David Thompson, good save by Rab Douglas.
Oh, what a boring start this has been, hasn't it? Fantastic stuff. Just a little deflection by Erstenstadt, took it and wrong-footed the defence. I think Thompson on his right foot would have scored, and his left just put it a nice height. Good save by Douglas, but one I would have expected him to make once you see the shot.
Duff. Oh, he's taking them on here, Damien Duff. Oh, and it was a decent-looking cross at first, but it was just too long, really. Little Thompson was the player furthest away from Duff on the far post. Two-guy. David Dunn. Oh, good effort, and Rab Douglas forced to turn it round.
Well, that's done at his best. Likes to play in the centre and get those shooting opportunities on his right foot. Hit it well enough, a nice height for Douglas, just got a touch, didn't it, deflection, so he didn't take any chances trying to catch it.
Taylor and Short have come forward. And this is Dunn again. Another chance to shoot. And he won't hesitate, he's a good, strong performer, David Dunn. Local lad, as they say these days. Aren't many of those these days, are they? Come from Great Harwood near Blackburn. Andy Cole with the flick back. Oh, and David Thompson nearly capitalising. Good movement from Blackburn again. But Silla has made the break for Celtic. Just half stopped in his tracks there. He's got Hartson to his left. Nobody else much around at the moment. But this is Hartson. And that's been deflected. That's going to be a corner to Celtic.
There was an isolated break there, and Martin O'Neill getting everyone up, because if they could prize a goal, 1-0 would be a terrific scoreline when you think of what's gone before the previous 84 minutes.
Absolutely. So Thompson goes across to take the corner. Valheren's in the penalty area. And so are many others here. John Hartson up! Oh, what a save by Finland! Henrik Larsson was there! And Celtic have scored! Henrik Larsson has got the goal that means so much to Celtic on 85 minutes. Martin O'Neill's substitution pays off because of the presence, first of all, of John Hartson. This is a record-breaking goal for Larsson, but O'Neill now...
Celtic really stamped their authority all over the time.
Off the chest of Sutton to Lennon. Hartson. To his right, Agat. Still John Hartson. Lennon with Henrik Larsson waiting in the centre. This is Petrov. The touch by Henrik Larsson. John Hartson! Well, there was an interesting refereeing decision to be made there. I thought there might have been a foul in the build-up. Did he play an advantage, Trevor?
Yeah, he did there, as he was knocked down there. I think it was Dwight York coming back. John Hartson, first touch let him down. He got just tucked under his foot then, and he just tried to chip it. I think that was pretty much impossible to do it from that distance there.
Not a lot of shape to the game so far, really. It's hectic. Lennon. He's trying to slow it down a bit. Balde. To Agat. And now Chris Sutton. Can he? Oh, Hartson slipped. Oh, Henrik Larsson, surely for Celtic. Yes, he has. He has scored for the second time in this tie, Henrik Larsson, and he sends the green and white hoops into an orgy of delight with the vital, or could be, away goal for Martin O'Neill. Blackburn's defence were dreaming, and you can't do that against Henrik Larsson. A record goal scorer for Scottish clubs in Europe. He hasn't had many easier ones. Hartson caused trouble. Larsson was unmarked and took it tidily.
Well, when the ball was knocked in, I thought Sutton was playing it to Hartson, but they overhit it, they both slipped, and suddenly Larsson is clear. I thought that touch had taken it too close to the goalkeeper. I thought he was going to hit it early. Then you've got to say it was wonderful finishing, just to lift it over Friedel as it came out.
Yes, it was the opening itself that looked so easy because there were no defenders around, but how well he took advantage, Henrik Larsson, and his record now quite staggering. That was his 178th goal for Celtic in 225 games. What it means is Celtic are now 2-0 up on aggregate. They have the away goal. Blackburn have to score 3. Well, Celtic are picking up more or less where they left off. Henrik Larsson again. Well, that one just wide of Friedel's right-hand post. No change there, Trevor.
No, it's good play again. I mean, Guppy had got down the left-hand side, got behind Gillespie, who's not going to be the greatest defensive player. It's a good strike, but I was always, I think, just going to miss that near post.
Sutton backing off slightly now. And there is Sutton. Oh.
Well, yeah, probably Chris Sutton thinks he should have scored there. He worked so hard to get the open. Guppy, we know all about, terrific deliverer. Just gets the half a yard, just gets beyond the near post, and so he's got to glance it rather than get the power that he did. It went into the side netted. Just a faintest of touches, it goes into the net.
Scored plenty of goals at the Darwin end in his Blackburn days, Chris Sutton. Oh, look at Henrik Larsson here. He made that himself. Out to his left is Steve Guppy. Sutton's making his way into the penalty area now. Well, that's exactly where Celtic want the ball at this stage. Came off Gillespie. Petrov will go across to take the corner. In front of the Celtic supporters, who are having quite a night. Sutton! Oh, yes! On the ground where he scored so many for Blackburn Rovers, Chris Sutton probably settles this UEFA Cup tie for Celtic. It was the near post header. Blackburn had been warned. Look at these scenes of jubilation among the Scottish supporters. And this means now that Celtic have a 3-0 aggregate lead. Sutton's header, Friedel could only get a hand to it, and Trevor, Blackburn now need 4. It's impossible, isn't it?
Well, it is impossible, and what a terrific header that was. And remember the one we saw the other side where he just hit it too hard into the side netting. That time, that was the perfect glancing header. Just really didn't take the weight off the cross at all, just glanced it on target. Friedel couldn't react in time. A brilliant header, and no one's deserved it more. Not a surprise now to see Lambert come on, and Hartson, the attacker, then goes off having done an excellent job.
Celtic win the Battle of Britain, and they win it by a distance. 1-0 at Celtic Park, 2-0 at Ewood Park. O'Neill has time to sign an autograph before congratulating his team, who have excelled themselves here. The former Blackburn player, Chris Sutton, with the second goal. Even the Blackburn supporters moved to applaud the performance by the Scottish champions. Henrik Larsson scored in both matches. That's a routine performance for him, really, but he and Chris Sutton acknowledging the contribution of the Celtic fans. And those scarves raised to denote that this was a complete, all-round, convincing performance by Celtic. who, having
comfortably in control, but inexplicably seemed happier to hold on to the ball, frustrating both Celtic and their supporters, whilst unwilling to provide the killer touch. Eccentric French referee Claude Colombo appeared also to be in the business of frustration as he tore around the park, producing a string of bizarre decisions for both sides, and then concluded the proceedings by sending Martin O'Neill to the stand with barely 3 minutes of the game remaining. Thankfully, by that time Celtic had secured victory by 1-0, and just as in the Blackburn game, Henrik Larsson had thrown himself manfully into the cause to head a late winning goal.
Look at the way Lennon crept in there. That's good play by Lennon. Away goes Larsson, and that will be a booking. There's no doubt about that. Yes, Fernandez, Sergio Fernandez. Because Larsson was away.
Yeah, Larsson will evade the tackle and get through and goal if he doesn't bring him down, and it really was a professional foul, but Sergio Fernandez had to do it. But hopefully from this free kick we can take advantage, because we have got the big men that can get their head on the ball in the box.
Here's Guppy to take this. Goalkeeper wants his defence to push out a little bit. Now this should have a threat. Played out there, it just swept past. Sutton using his strength again. Very unfortunate, very reminiscent of that shot that he had against Basel, with just inches went wide of the left-hand post. I remember that moment over in Switzerland only too well. Centimetres kept Celtic out of the Champions League that night. Now, that is a very good ball indeed, and it just got away. It's in. Larsson got the touch. Celtic are 1-up.
Getting the whole place exposed.
And no wonder he's absolutely delighted.
From set pieces come in, the ball into the back post, Baldy and Hartson both going for it. And there he is again, cropping up. All good strikers do that. Sniffing about the 6-yard box. And the ball's in the net, Henrik Larsson.
That is his 24th European goal. Giving absolute delight to this man. How many times has he done that because of Henrik Larsson? And now the Celtic crowd are taking over in the background. Absolutely delighted with that. A goal they deserve.
The shadow of Bobo hanging over Benny. Bobo and Benny. Set call potential, but no laughing matter for the South African so far.
I think when McCarthy picked up that long ball forward there, it was certainly 1v1.
McCarthy's way off. Hisley! Celta Vigo have scored. The tie is all square. An awful lot of room for Hisley, and his deflected shot beat Rob Douglas. 1-0 on the night for Celta Vigo. It's 1-1 overall. Larsson with the free kick. Chris Sutton timed his jump well. John Hartson! Celtic have equalised! A brilliant finish from Hartson, 10 minutes from half-time. And is that the goal that points Celtic towards the last 16 of the UEFA Cup?
It's a magnificent goal from John Hartson. We spoke about his strength, his ability to turn people, use his body. That was a perfect example there, just brushing off the defender. Got himself yards of space inside the box. Still had a lot of work to do. It's a fine, fine finish.
Hisley against Ulrich Larsson, looking for support, the Spaniard. Eventually it comes from Mendes. Too much room being given to Gustavo Lopez. And Benny McCarthy scores. 2-1 Celta Vigo. Celtic have been well warned about Gustavo Lopez, but they gave him so much room to set up Benny McCarthy. And this tie on a knife edge again.
It certainly is. The balance of power going to the Spaniards again. Celtic still playing with 10 men. Couldn't get the ball out, couldn't get possession to get the ball out to allow Lambert on. But Lopez, acres of space inside the Celtic box again. Time to look up, plays pass in. McCarthy time to make the run, and that's a first-class finish. off outside his right foot, giving Rad Douglas absolutely no chance in the Celtic goal.
Can Celtic finish the job? Juan Fran, Balde with the header away. What a header that was. Chris Sutton's there, Henrik Larsson. And Juan Fran won a good challenge that time and hurt himself in the process. In goes Alan Thompson, diving in at the expense of a free kick. And this could be the last chance for Celta Vigo, and even Jose Pinto, the goalkeeper, is heading up for the set piece. It's last chance saloon. But there won't be a last chance because the final whistle has gone in Vigo, and Celtic are through in Europe beyond Christmas for the first time in 23 years. It couldn't have been closer, it couldn't have been tighter, but it's the Celtic supporters, 4,000 of them in Spain, who will be having a party tonight to celebrate an outstanding European success for their team. 1-0 at Celtic Park 2 weeks ago. They lost 2-1 here to goals from Benny McCarthy and Hazley, but John Hartson's away goal proving crucial, and it's on those away goals that Celtic go through to the UEFA Cup last 16. Despair, disappointment for Celta Vigo, delight for Celtic.
It's Henrik's goals which had made the difference. Who now would fill the boots of the master? It fell to the youngster Sean Maloney, who hadn't even been born the last time Celtic had played a fourth-round European match, to take up the mantle.
Going into the box is Meissner Kurjani, the only two German players in the box at the moment. Put back there to Soldo. Haven't seen much of Soldo in this game. There's a little flick on, it's a goal. It's a goal by Kevin Kurjani, the danger man on the side. Floated in, and how did he get that header?
Yeah, it was a ball played back, and your man Balakov picking him out, Karanye getting across Jusufal Haran and heading downwards into the corner of the net. Poor goal from Celtic's point of view, because first of all Balakov should have got shut down, and secondly Karanye shouldn't have got the header in.
Well, there's no chance for the goalkeeper there. A very simple goal, and Celtic will be really annoyed. I make that just on the 26-minute mark. Free kick. Swings it in. It needed just a little graze off the top of the head there. It would have gone in. There's a great shot. Oh, great goal. Superb strike there. Paul Lambert ranting it into the back of the net. Well, I've seen him score one or two stunners in my day, but that's as good as you could get. One each it is now. Celtic pulling themselves back from a situation that was getting very, very nervy, and that is the way to soothe nerves. Look at this man. Up he goes. Just about a couple of minutes to the halftime whistle. Well, totally missed that time by Gleb. Agat really has been immense, dragging defenders in his wake. Thompson, that's a decent enough ball. Maloney with a chance. He's done it. Maloney puts Celtic in the lead after a terrible blunder, right in the heart of the defence. He hit the ball into the ground. He didn't hit it all that cleanly, but it didn't matter at the end of the day, and how vital it is to score a goal and send the opponents scurrying up the tunnel to half-time with only seconds remaining.
Yeah, we see it coming from a wide area. Again, very important that we get the balls wide to Thompson. Agat's done a lot of damage on the right-hand side. They have looked nervous since the start of the game. Bad clearance, and the ball breaking to young Sean into the ground, getting a bit of luck. But 2-1 Celtic, and I did mention that it'd be good to go in ahead but if it was one each, that would have been a decent result as well. But fantastic to get ahead in the tie, and I think there's more goals to come.
Valgaeren looks as if he fancies coming forward as often as he can now. Valgaeren, got to be careful though. Petrov wanted to play the little 1-2 there. That's a good run by Petrov, got in behind the defence, it's in! An astonishing goal by Petrov. From an almost impossible angle. A brilliant run into the penalty area. And would you really, from that angle, have bet on him scoring?
Yeah, well, the goalkeeper getting caught out, but there we see the patience. Celtic building up the play, and then Paul Lambert finds the opening with a great pass to Stilling Petrov, and he goes near post. The keeper obviously thinks he's going to square it across the 6-yard box, but catching the keeper out on his near post. 3-1 Celtic, and that's Celtic in the driving seat now.
Well, no wonder he's got that broad smile in his face. He's scored a lot of good goals for Celtic. Wonder if that would be considered maybe his best. An incredible angle, that, you know.
Sutton's header. John Hartson against Wenzel. It's played wide for Agat. 3 in the box for the cross. One is Hartson. Another is Alan Thompson, who heads Celtic in front. 12 minutes gone, and that could be the goal that points Celtic towards the quarter-finals.
It's a brilliant goal from Celtic's point of view. It's the first real attack. Good play from John Hartson initially to get the ball away to Didier Agat. And we said about the Celtic power in there. We see Agat getting the ball wide here from Hartson. Alan Thompson is pushed straight up. There's a touch on here as Chris Sutton, I think, on John Hartson gets a touch to it. Thompson staying onside, getting beyond the defender. It's a great header across the goalkeeper, giving him absolutely no chance.
Lambert to Hartson. And already John Hartson has justified his recall to the side with the header which set up Thompson for that golden goal. Didier Agat powers his way to the byline, and Chris Sutton makes it 2. 2 goals in 3 minutes, and Celtic are cruising.
It's magnificent from Celtic. You see the smile on that man's face. It's a simple tap in, but it's all about the build-up. It's all about the pace of Didier Agat down that right-hand side. John Hartson again involved, showing lots of experience, holding on to the ball. But if you want to hear, Didier Agat just shows the defender a clean pair of heels. He realises, he knows he's got the pace to beat him. But it's a great ball across the box. Chris Sutton makes a great run. Makes it simple for Agat. Agat makes it simpler for Sutton. And Celtic are cruising.
Celtic have a problem with Alan Thompson, who's on the ground and in a fair bit of pain as Valde clears. Gerber's cross, and Christian Tiffert pulls a goal back for Stuttgart. I wonder if Celtic lost concentration there.
I think it's more the fact they lost Alan Thompson. It's a pure clearance here from Bobo Balde. And you can see Tiffert there standing all his own. That's where Alan Thompson should be. Lewis and Douglas can't get there. It's a free header for the youngster at the back post.
In goes Gleb. It's 2-2. And 5-3. Alexander Gleb lifts hopes with 15 minutes to go. Here's Gleb. Lovely pass. Mutsal. 3-2 Stuttgart. 5-4 on aggregate.
Martin, that was an amazing way for it all to end.
Which, just 2 years before, Liverpool were rightly viewed as favourites to go through to the semi-finals at Celtic's expense. Despite a number of friendlies and testimonial matches between the clubs, Liverpool and Celtic had met just twice in competitive European action. Both had been very close-run affairs, but Liverpool had edged through just on both occasions. This time, Celtic were out for revenge for those past defeats. Jerry Marsden set the scene for what was to follow with a truly memorable rendition of You'll Never Walk Alone, which united both sets of fans in the true spirit of football.
When you walk through the storm, hold your head Fantastic. God bless you. Love you.
Fired up by that emotional opening and by the return of Henrik Larsson back in the side, having made an astonishingly quick recovery from his broken jaw, the sense of anticipation among Celtic fans was at fever pitch.
And Celtic, of course, in the green and white hoops, get us off and underway, kicking from left to right in this first half, and immediately looking for Sutton to head on to Hartson, and Hartson gets a shot away and clips the bar on 12 seconds.
What a start from Celtic, absolutely first class, and show their intent here this evening. Ball from Alan Thompson up, Chris Sutton gets above Jimmy Traore, drops for John Hartson, hits it first time on the volley. Jerzy Dudek's well beaten, but unfortunately just goes over the top and hits the crossbar. Fantastic start from Celtic.
Scored for Wales against Sami Hyypiä's Finland this season. Has 23 goals for Celtic this campaign. Sutton's netted 17. Larsson 34 in 35 games. He's scored in 16 of his 17 home matches this campaign, missing out just the once against Livingston when he broke his jaw 5 weeks ago. And this is Hyypiä. Now, Mjällby looks for Hartson again. Hyypiä behind him. Gerrard away. Mjällby. Michael Owen on a couple of occasions for Sweden has Mjällby and has not conceded a goal against him. Traore, well, so much pressure's going to be on him tonight, I think, Ray.
Yeah, massive night for Jimmy Traore, playing alongside Sami Hyypiä. Great experience that Hyypiä's got, but it's a young man playing there, and he's up against the physical presence of John Hartson. I'm sure they'll try to get as much balls into John as they possibly can this evening.
There he is again. Thompson. Oh, and it's 1-0! And what a return! He's taken just 100 seconds to net on his Celtic return. He is the man for Celtic fans. Henrik Larsson.
Unbelievable, what a start for Henrik Larsson. His first game back for injury for some time, and it's a fabulous goal. John Hartson causing all sorts of problems in the heart of that Liverpool defence. It's just a ball to the far post. Alan Thompson with a strike across the face of goal, and there is Henrik Larsson. I think he actually knees it in past Jerzy Dudek, actually goes between Dudek's legs into the goal, and look at the reaction of Martin O'Neill. He can't quite believe it. The perfect start for Celtic, 1 up.
35 goals in 36 games this season. He already holds the European club scoring record for a single campaign. That's his 8th in this run. What a start by Celtic. And the Scottish international goalkeeper Rab Douglas will clear. Become something of a regular now for Scotland, despite picking up that injury at the start of this year. Hartson on. Just leant down on, leaving himself up on Hamann.
Yeah, Hamann was there, he's done well, he jumped early. John's just come in from behind him there, John Hartson, and just caught him, and the referee was in a very good position to see the foul and gave the free kick to Liverpool.
Risa was misjudged by Smith. And Risa still. Heskey, chance for Liverpool. Heskey, 1-1. And it initially came due to a misjudgment of the flight of the ball by young Jamie Smith, and Risa stepped inside and found Heskey, and it's all square at parquet.
Positive run from John Arne Risa. People were expecting him to go down the wing on his left foot, but we can see quickly, he just cuts inside Neil Lennon, and then he threads a lovely weighted pass to Emil Heskey on his weaker left foot, but he strikes it across Rab Douglas in the Celtic goal, and he absolutely had no chance whatsoever here.
The two injury doubts have both netted. Larsson, who's had the broken jaw, and Heskey has had the hamstring injury, brought back by Gerard Houllier today. and it was a good decision. Ball by Lennon because Gerrard was there, and he's had a massive influence on the game, Gerrard. Always wants the ball, doesn't he?
Sign of a good player, Jonathan. He'll never hide.
Juve played Traore in all sorts of problems. This is Larsson from Hartson. Henrik Larsson! Good save, Yatsidoulet.
He's kept Liverpool in the game here, because from that position you would fancy Henrik Larsson 9 times out of 10.
Gerrard looks for Juve. Heskey's in the middle. Owen far side of the penalty area. Looks for Heskey here.
Great move though, wasn't it? It really was incisive play from Liverpool. Steven Gerrard was at the heart of it. Look at this for a pass from Gerrard. Tailhadge Doof down this right-hand side. Lovely first-time ball in. But I tell you what, Rab Douglas does extremely well, because if he doesn't come off his line as quickly as this, Emil Heskey, I think, has got an easy tap into the goal. But give the keeper credit. Came out quickly and put Heskey off.
Murphy. Larsson's looked across to the bench. I think he's seen that he's about to be replaced. Heskey looks for Owen. Chance here for Michael Owen, and the European record for Liverpool. No. Well, surely it's a corner.
Well, it's got to be.
It has to be a corner there. Even Rab Douglas thought it was a corner.
You can't believe it, Rab Douglas. He's actually made a decent save there, hasn't he? You know, it was a fabulous ball from Emil Heskey to find Michael Owen's first touch is good. The only thing wrong with it there, he should have went across the keeper. Rab Douglas hits it at the near post. Certainly looked like Douglas got his fingertips to it.
Deep in stoppage time here now. Hartson with Huppy on his shoulder. Traore was so firm there. He's been so strong all night. But Murphy and Liverpool can counter here. The referee's final whistle stops him in his tracks. And it finishes 1-1 at Celtic Park. The hug for Gerard Houllier by Martin O'Neill. And that's the sort of respect that we expected throughout the night but didn't get ultimately. After Larsson had scored for Celtic in the opening 2 minutes, Emil Heskey levelled it up on 16. And it goes back to Anfield for the return leg. Will Owen decide it? Will someone from Lennon's Celtic? It's very, very tight. Very, very well balanced. It finishes here at Celtic Park. Celtic 1.
Pre-match dressing room talk as amongst the finest he'd ever heard in his time as a professional player. And it worked.
It's a pleasant evening, very little wind. The pitch with a bit of give in it. And all set up. Celtic, it's worth noting, have scored in 19 of their last 20 games away from home. Here is Silla, good solid challenge from Risa. Harman to Risa, whose run made the equaliser for Emil Heskey. Oh, what a cracking opening by, and just a little bit too much on it. But even so, applause from Danny Murphy for the pass by Steven Gerrard. Thompson and Balde up. Nobody at the back of the box for Celtic. Oh, that's well seen by Thompson. He was unlucky. I suspect that was more ankle than instep that struck the ball.
Well, it was a loose pass from Dietmar Hamann, wasn't he? He had nobody up the pitch, so he tries to play a square pass. Thompson just laces it. You can tell what he's looking for. He's looking for that dip. He just takes it a little bit early and it just goes over. It's a good opportunity, though.
Liverpool with 2 in the 6-yard box, 3 from further back. Here's Hamann! Oh, he wasn't far away. About a ball's width, I would think.
Sensational. Good step over by Smitsa. Hamann gets everything he can on it. Just pulls it a little bit. See that ball just bobbling nicely. Strikes it well.
It's going to be either Larsson or Thompson. Harren has joined the Liverpool wall. 3 Celtic players to its left. It's Larsson. Good save.
by Jerzy Dudek. Wasn't that much pace on the shot, but even so, he had to get across to it. Hartson and Larson just outside the 6-yard area. While Haran on the near edge of the 6-yard area. Balde to come from the near side, far side from the kicker's viewpoint. And it's Hartson! Ooh, bit of push and shove, but it would have been allowed.
Well, it's a threat, it's a great delivery. John Hartson rises early, I think he just gives a gentle hand in the back there. Maybe Emil Heskey. Can't direct the header, though.
Out by Mialbi, out by Hartson. Cracking shot by Steven Gerrard. Matched by Rab Douglas.
Well, Mialbi prevented the corner, but Riser's throw is just as good as a corner. And look at that for a first-time strike. An excellent save by Douglas.
I'll tell you what, this is living up to its billing. Herpia trying to find some room around the goal line. Balde making sure that he doesn't. This is Risa. Goal kick.
Wow. John Honorisa there. He just wastes a great opportunity, because if he goes square, Deep Mahaman is absolutely free. There he gets the clearance from Hartson. This is on the outside of the foot by Steven Gerrard. He gets the accuracy, the power. Excellent.
Balde. Oh, he was waiting for just that. Oh, beautiful nutmeg. Support coming from Heskey. And Heskey! Oh! They were just a bit too eager, the two runners inside Owen. They both got too far forward, both Heskey and Smeetser, but what fine play by Michael Owen.
Wow, they kept him quiet in the first game, but this is an excellent run. Now he just cuts across, just slips it back, as you can see there. Smeetser and Heskey both come near. There was bodies in front of him, but it was a great opportunity. Excellent from Michael Owen. Just electrifying pace.
Petrov. Larson understandably looking sharper than in the first leg. He came back early from a double fracture of the jaw. What a great cross!
Wow. We're talking to Larson there. This is just a great pass. He sees John Hartson pull away. Hartson's got a free header there. Jamie Carragher can't get back quick enough. It's an excellent look at that cross. And I really fancy John Hartson to hit the target there at least. He's going for the near post. Maybe it was better going back across the goal. Use the power of the cross coming in towards you. That's a good opportunity for him.
Well won by Silla. And well taken, and hesitation by Traore. Got a touch to Dudek. It's a corner.
Well, you're absolutely right. There was hesitation there. Sami Hupia just expected Traore on that touch there. It was a long one. Traore never came. And then when he did come, forced the shot.
Taken over by Gerrard. Oh, good play. Silla. Oh, the free kick's been given. Little pull by Traore. Didn't see an appeal from Larson, but the referee was well placed.
Well, you can usually tell from the player's reaction, and I didn't see a reaction there from Henrik Larsson. The referee obviously saw something we didn't from his angle. No, looking at that time now. He had no support at all. Henrik Larsson at all, and Traore needlessly giving away a free kick.
As I said several times, he has been a little eager, over-eager. Shouldn't have said it was a better position for him than the wide position. Set up for Alan Thompson, or for Henrik Larsson. And Thompson, yes!
Celtic and Thompson.
Celtic score when other than man striking the ball, nobody moved. Straight through the wall.
Well, Gerard Houllier will be furious with this. The wall just needs to stand still. Keep your feet on the floor. Put your head down. If that ball hits you, that's your job. You've got to take that. They all jump, they all turn to the side. It makes it easy for it to go underneath. Dudek doesn't stand a chance.
So Celtic ahead here, and of course on aggregate, and they have scored an away goal. And the goal right on the stroke of half-time. I know many people say, why don't people try that more often? Because the walls tend to jump. And underneath the ball went Alan Thompson, the scorer. It's Liverpool 0, Celtic 1 in this second leg. He's got away, Larson! Oh, Carragher did well. Just enough as the ball was hanging in the air.
Wow, there was a feel of offside to this. Everyone seemed to just pause a little bit. It was an excellent run from Larson. The touch is good, it just pops up and Carragher does ever so well. Dudek's in no man's land there. If he gets a good touch on that, he leaves him dead.
Played Murphy, this is Owen. That's a great ball to Gerrard! Good save, Rev Douglas. Larson, Lambert.
Good play here from Henrik Larsson, lays it off. Lambert just runs off Dietmar Hamann. Can't keep the shot down. But they're still supporting their strikers and getting forward.
It's a good save. Really did very well then.
Well, Henrik Larsson just comes across the near post, but it's an excellent save. It hits his head and shoulder, but his movement's good. He just gets ahead here, everybody. So often we see him just flick that into the net. It's a good save by Dudek.
How quickly a footballer's life can change. Unfortunate on Sunday in the League Cup in Scotland, and probably now has put Celtic in the semi-final in the UEFA Cup at Anfield.
And what a way to do it. A neat one too, and Larsson just cuts inside, it opens up for him, there's no one near him, but the finish is exquisite, isn't it? He's played well tonight and he deserves this chance. Oh, tremendous shot. Absolutely tremendous. Dudek gets a little hand to it. Could he keep it out? It's coming at him such a pace.
Hartson. Owen. Gerrard. Balde in the way. Celtic are through. Martin O'Neill takes his side into the semi-final. Liverpool go out of the UEFA Cup. Celtic the victors here by 2-0. The goal scorers Thompson and Hartson. It's 3-1, the aggregate victory for the Scottish side.
Martin, you've had some great moments in Europe. Is that up there with the best of them?
Of course, it's an absolutely fantastic performance. To come here and beat Liverpool in their own soil is a fantastic achievement. It's given Scottish football a massive boost, there's no doubt about it. And but it's given the football club a great boost, and it's a great night for Celtic Football Club and the supporters.
What happens next? Can you win it?
No, well, we're in the semi-final now. And well, that was a monumental effort. Just the effort they put into the game, but the ability to play it and get it down and play it in what was a cauldron of an atmosphere. I mean, Liverpool's Anfield is a tough place to come, and we've come here tonight and we'd a little bit of luck there. They might have had a chance early on, but we knew that, and that wasn't going to make any appreciable difference to the game. We had to score tonight. We got it just before half-time. We defended stoutly in the second half, and Hartson pops up with a wonderful second goal. That was the only moment I thought, well, it'll take 3 to beat us now.
Yeah, it's not just, I mean, ability is a key factor, but passion, hunger, passion in particular.
Well, there's a great desire about the players, and sometimes we go on about this determination and passion, and I honestly think tonight it was to do with ability, a combination of everything, but it was ability shone out, with the ability to pass the ball under pressure, and we did it. We did it tonight, and I'm absolutely ecstatic.
I'm talking about semi-finals and finals. Other teams will be talking about Celtic in Europe tonight.
Well, I think they will now, because we've beaten a massive club and tonight, and this was an extraordinary performance. Now we might go to the semi-final in a couple of weeks' time and not win it, or not do well enough in the game, but it won't be through.
April. Here it was felt was a tie which Celtic could win. Boavista had progressed to this stage of the competition by virtue of their ability to stifle their often more illustrious opponents, with a mix of physical strength and 6-yard box finishing. On the night, however, the Glasgow team did appear to possess the silkier edge, but that counted for little, as once again at home in Europe, Celtic struggled.
Misjudgment by Avalos, Hartson, and here's Larsson. The goalkeeper's off his line, but the angle too difficult for Larsson, but a mistake surely by the goalkeeper. Oh, neatly done. This is a gut. Couldn't get, that was a hand. Not given by referee, must have had a clear view of that. The ball was out, it's a goal kick. But the boos are because the hand wasn't noticed, or indeed wasn't given. It was a clear slip, but there. Balde. Larsson. Petrov. Comfortably covered by Ricardo. This is Erevan on his more comfortable side. And up comes Annunciação. He's got support behind from Martelinho. Oh, and it's sliced in by Valharan or Duda. They were there together, and the Portuguese have the lead and an away goal. That's a nice touch. Larsson, yes! Beautifully played by Stilian Petrov, and an excellent finish. And Celtic equalise within a minute.
Well, that was absolutely crucial. Lennon got caught out for the goal, the under end, finds Thompson, a terrific layoff by Thompson. Larsson doesn't snatch at it. First touch by Thompson was terrific. Larsson just controls it and passes it into the corner. Petrov who knocks it off in the end. Did him a disservice, not Thompson. But Petrov, so important for him to get in with the front two as well, Barry, because that's what I don't think he did early on. If he got the extra man, that gives Larsson that bit of space. Absolutely crucial to get level so quick.
Larsson. Lambert. Lennon. Hartson. Petrov. Cafu rather diving in. That's a good ball to Hartson if he can pull it back. He's got a corner. No, he hasn't. It's a goal kick.
It's like Petroza's placing it down very carefully.
Yes, it's fortunate that they haven't got Sanchez available to them. They weren't allowed to use the Bolivian because he wasn't listed among the players after an earlier injury. It is Petroza, and that's a good save. Thompson to take. Hartson trying to find some room, has found a little bit of it. It's there for Hartson. Good stop. Too tight. And Ricardo not leaving the gap by his near post. Thompson. Celtic. A shot or one of 6 to find. It's a shot, and the ricochet is fortunate, and it's a penalty, and it's handball by Adair. Vicious spin on the ball. Third appeal for a handball in the box, and this one is successful. Came up onto the hand of Adair.
Well, I mean, it gets a ricochet, only 2 in the wall. It bounces up, does clip the hand, and the referee quite away. I don't think it was more obvious than the first 2, to be frank, but it's been given. Vital decision, and it's Henrik Larsson who's trying to compose himself to take this vital penalty.
Good save! Got across well, the goalkeeper. Came up a little bit off the deck to help the parry, but even so, a good stop.
He went the right way. I don't think, he hit it that well, Henrik Larsson. It was a great height as well for a keeper diving. Just nice to push it away. It's a comfortable save once he's chosen the right way.
Made that decision very quickly. Thompson, Larsson, Fernandez in the middle, so is Hartson. This is Hartson. This is Silla. That's a good cross. And the goalkeeper drops it, and blocked on the line by Tura.
Well, he just comes for those balls, doesn't he? I mean, you got to say, Ricardo goes to catch it, drops down. Hartson does well, threads it through, and Tura, he's done well. He's covered his goalkeeper, and he must be very grateful to him.
Celtic's forward runs. The Portuguese team jealously guarded their away goals advantage with scant regard for scoring an out-and-out winning goal. Their strategy may well have taken them to the UEFA Cup final, but they hadn't accounted for the genius of a certain Swedish striker.
Now Larsson. Hartson, America, but Larsson must be! It is! Suddenly the entire atmosphere changes. Celtic lead, and it's that man Larsson again. And in terms of goals, Celtic find they're living at 40. That's his 40th strike of the season, and it's so precious.
Well, what a fantastic time to score. But he made it himself, Larsson, because he committed people. I mean, the goalkeeper should say that. There's no doubt about that, but he actually ran at people. All right, they got the break with the tackle on Hartson, but just the way he committed people, you get the movement and things happen for you. There's a bit of a chocolate wrist as well from Ricardo, wasn't it?
Yeah, but look at his balance too. His weight was all in the wrong place, wasn't it? But I don't think Celtic will give the tinkers about that. So, with 10 minutes to go, Celtic have the advantage. Again, they've scored away from home. Met by Sutton. In by Martilinho. Not away. But it is now, and that's probably the last chance. Celtic all the time thinking about a substitution. I don't think they're going to need it. When the goal kick is taken, I think it will be all over.
Well, if it isn't, Barry, they will make the substitution just to waste a few valuable seconds.
Referee looks at his watch. And Celtic are in the UEFA final. They're in a European final for the first time for 33 years. And Henrik Larsson is the man who almost inevitably scored the one goal. The result, all important. The last 10 minutes, really quite exciting. The previous 79 and a bit, totally unmemorable and extremely poor. But it's the victory that counts.
And will quickly be forgotten. And I think we have to point out as well that to get through to the final of this competition, their away performances, Blackburn Rovers, Stuttgart, Liverpool, here tonight after conceding that away. Yeah, Celta Vigo also here tonight after conceding that away goal as well at home and missing those chances, and the Larsson miss from the penalty. They've hung on. It hasn't been particularly pretty, but it's been an extremely professional performance. Didn't play particularly well. Semi-finals aren't about playing well, they're about winning and getting through.
And perhaps fitting that the man who missed the penalty in the first leg should have the final say. Goal coming just into the 80th minute, giving Celtic the victory by 2-1. Martin O'Neill will take the boys to Seville to take on the other team from this city, and a far better team on paper and with their record, Porto. It'll be something worth watching.
Henrik, congratulations, you're in the final of the UEFA Cup.
Thank you very much, it's a great feeling. I think over the 2 legs I think we deserve it, and they were very defensive both at our place and here today. They were obviously playing on the result they already had. But I always have a sneaky feeling that you can sneak one in, and luckily for us we did.
Martin, congratulations. I don't think I need any questions. I mean, how does it feel? We'll start with that.
It's fantastic, Chick. It's really great feeling. I mean, over the 2 games we deserved it. They were at home there. They were so negative. It was incredible. They were rolling down and they were going down, wasting time. And loads of times it came back to haunt them eventually. We needed the one chance. We needed a couple. I thought we needed to create maybe 3 or 4 in the second half to actually carve out one. But the one was enough, and that was fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. We're in the final. We're in the final of the UEFA Cup.
Neil, there must be some scene going on in that dressing room, is there not?
Yeah, it's pretty emotional at the minute, Chick. It's a fantastic feeling, and it's a lifetime ambition, probably for all the boys, like, you know, and I thought we thoroughly deserved it on the night. You know, we tried to make all the running, and, you know, they were breaking things up and diving as much as they could on that, like, you know, so when the man turned up and scored again, like, you know, it's just a fantastic feeling. Then we just had to hang on at the end.
I'm absolutely delighted. I don't really know what to say. I'm delighted for everybody at the football club. I'm really especially delighted for the players, but the whole football club. You know, it's some first time in 29 years, or whatever the case may be, and the people who have supported us tonight. And to be perfectly honest, the only people we could hear are our supporters.
That Celtic support outside, Paul, I mean, tremendous. I know they're wanting you for a lap of honour. I don't know the place here are going to let you do it, but they've been fantastic.
Yeah, right throughout the tournament. They always say the way support is incredible, and tonight was exact same. They give us a full backing, but I thought over the 2 games we'd definitely have to go through this.
You've got through a few European highs in your time. This is up there with that.
Listen, yes, but it's about the players, isn't it? You know, about the players and the supporters. I've always said the game's about those who pay and those who play, you know, so it's terrific. Listen, don't get me wrong, I am delighted, man. I am absolutely thrilled to bits. Thrilled, and selfishly I'm thrilled for myself. I'm thrilled for John and Steve. Come up here. It's a magnificent effort, all told, but the whole backroom stuff.
Onto the pitch in the Stadio Olimpico on the night of the 21st of May, with first-choice keeper Rab Douglas in goal, a back 3 of Mjällby, Baldi and Volharen, Lennon, Lambert, Thompson, Agat and Petrov in midfield, and of course Henrik Larsson and Chris Sutton, the choices up front. Porto lined up with seasoned keeper Victor Baia in goal, and defence were Valente, Carvalho and club captain Jorge Costa. The midfield comprised of Manichev, Costinha, Alenachev and Ferreira, but it was up front that Porto were potentially the most dangerous, with the exquisitely talented Deco, Capuccio and top scorer Derley all equally capable of causing problems for the Celtic defence.
The final huddle, the final roar of lift-off. Surely the Phoenicians, the Carthaginians, the Romans, the Moors, all of whom have dominated this particular area. I've never seen an invasion quite like this. That's Deco. If he plays well, Celtic will have problems. But if Larsson plays well, so will Porto. Larsson looking for goal number 200 in his career for Celtic. But should Celtic concede, it will be the 200th they've conceded in European competition. Didn't get too far. Second shot, though, was well saved. Paulo Ferreira who got the second one after the early one was from Manish. Larson looking for the early one. Almost got between the two. Agat. Good attack from Celtic. Can it find a finish? Answer in the negative. As well, second time we've seen him. Larson. Well, again, I think it will be claimed by the defender that he won the ball first.
Well, he was looking certainly for the challenge, went down quick, didn't have a lot of support at this stage. Petrov was coming in a little bit squarer. George Costa just coming in from behind. Larson goes down. It's this good position, this, not far outside the 18-yard box.
4 Celtic players looking for any ricochet. Mr. West Ham is right. Well held.
That was well held. I don't quite know if he went round the wall or through it, because certainly hit it well enough. Just comes round this side. Chris Sutton trying to block him up, but it's got everything behind it. Held it well.
By Manish. Deco. Lovely flick. It's good play. Deco's got Dale up with him.
Good break, wasn't it? Capucho and Deco broke well. Certainly Bolde did well. Didn't sell himself. Pushed him a little bit wide, and so the shooting angle meant Douglas could take it.
Oh, well played Sutton and well played Larson, and now they've got extra support from Agat. This is promising. 2 in the middle. Sutton couldn't get his head to it.
It was a good move. Larson released it well. Agat was in there. He knocked it in at the near post, and Sutton just had half a yard on his man. Watch Sutton. If it's lower, he's ahead of it, and he could side foot it or head it in. Just too high, and it cleared him. But Deco was absolutely magnificent there. And he turned inside his man. The through ball he gives, you won't see a better weighted through ball. A little ball behind the defence, perfectly weighted, and then Lenichov tucked it in. All the initiative taken back. This is the man. Skips past Valheeren, comes inside, and the ball with the outside of his right foot exposes Melby, who's moved up, and Lenichov then is spare. Delightful pass, perfectly weighted. Class.
Seemed to go under the feet of Mialbi. What an excellent finish, and Deco. Well, he could go off the pitch now, and I think he might still be man of the match. All square for 7 minutes. Porto have their winning score from their success in the European Cup. Will Celtic come back again? Picked up the pace and not got to let their stride be threatened. That's a good claim.
Good cross again by Agat, who we got to say played very well as well. Larson picking up that far post position. Just a longer cross, and it just gave time for Bahia to come out.
Lambert. Agat again with plenty of room. Taking on Valenti, who inadvertently made a pass of it. Petrov did well. Alan Thompson. That's the corner. Off the head of Valenti. Thompson will take. A good one demanded by coach, by colleagues, by everyone in green and white around the stadium. Larson on the 6-yard line. A good one was supplied. By heck it was.
What a match we got now. He was almost left, well, he was left unmarked. How can you leave Larson?
But he really gets up so well. Just look at this climb. But his marker was late to see him, as you said, Trevor.
Well, Paulo Ferreira, who was supposed to get him the 22, got caught in front of him, but he springs again, he hangs there, and the power of the header, I mean, Baye almost got a hand to it, but it was past him before that. I mean, what a start we've had to this second half. Fantastic stuff.
Bad clearance again, and they're still in a bit of trouble, and still, that's not a bad try by Paulo Ferreira. It's Manish. Deco. Quick to react as two were taken out of it. Comfortably played by Douglas. Oh, one by Sutton. I think the time will come when Sutton will be playing that slightly deeper role. He does like to come off the front players, and they're only giving support to Larson. It's Larson again, picking out Lambert. Just couldn't control it. Appeal for handball, but the ball was driven, surely. Referee's not giving it. Be careful, Celtic. Mialbi won it.
Game is just getting stretched now, isn't it? Just that little bit of space, I think, developing it.
Either Larson's right or Thompson's left. It's Thompson's left. Well, they've got to get men back now, Celtic. Balde charging to catch Capuscio. He's got to hold him out there a bit longer. He's got two to find Capuscio. Balde doing a great job.
Oh, that was magnificent, wasn't it? He must have made up 20, 25 yards there. He charged back, having gone up there, and gets it with the ball. No question, good contact.
Well, I've seen a few of these finals, European finals. I think something over 25 now. And I don't think I've ever seen support like this provided by the supporters of Celtic. It's magnificent. Good header by Mialbi, but it's quickly seen by Valenti. And missed the opportunity. In fact, it was by Lenichev. You have 4 minutes of stoppage time. That's a useful ball to Larson. Was there a push? Yes, says the referee.
Bit unlucky there. Another good ball from Thompson. Henrik Larsson came short, then he turned and went behind him. Perhaps just a little nudge on Carvalho, but they've had a good battle, haven't they?
Balde got there first into the last 20 seconds before extra time. Deco trying to get between two again. He's done it many times, but not then. Oh, it's a terrible pass! But fortunately, he gets away with it as Lenichev fires wide. And that's the last action until extra time. So a gripping final is all square at 2-2. Extra time and maybe the silver goal awaits. And there goes that chorus again. Referee checking with both teams, and away we go on the first 15 minutes of extra time. Remind you that if either side score, the match still continues to the end of the 15 minutes. So it's not sudden death of a golden goal, it's a silver goal, as UEFA call it. For whom the lining is the question. Agat. Lennon. Sutton. It's a good challenge. Perfectly fair challenge by Valenti.
Yeah, went for the long ranger. Could have spread the player to Agat out wide. He was in quite a bit of space, but went for the one to try and curl it into the top angle. Didn't quite catch it.
And Petrov is the player to be replaced. He's getting a good hand from his own supporters. And 20-year-old Sean Maloney gets his chance to play the hero.
It's a gamble time because Laursen and Mjällby have got the shout from Martin and he'll go up now. Alan Thompson, good quality delivery. He's just got Lennon and McNamara staying back now. This is a chance.
A lot of curl. Bahia comes to take it well, but he doesn't get a chance to set up a Porto attack as we come to the end of the first half of extra time. With no silver goal, it remains at 2-2. Celtic twice coming from behind. Sutton. He also used his chest intelligently. A header would have just given the ball away. Laursen in the chase. It's not a bad ball, and this is Maloney. Oh, he's fooled them there. Maloney's done well. If he can find a decent cross, he's got two in. One is Laursen! But it was well defended.
It was fantastic defending by Valenti. I generally thought the young Maloney had created a hat-trick for Laursen, and Valenti, the left-back, just come from behind him. Terrific defending.
You feel sorry for any team that lost from this position, as they certainly have done their level best to pay due tribute to football in their own countries. But it's not all over. Derley puts Porto in front. But it's not a sudden death golden goal. They will go on to the end of 120 minutes. Porto lead for the of extra time.
Well, I mean, huge celebrations from Porto. Managers trying to keep calm. Being a momentous effort now for Celtic to come back from that. You got to say it was another sloppy goal, to be honest. It's a shame that if they do lose it because of that, you can see the anguish there in Alan Thompson's face. And of Douglas, and on the line, Laursen. Just the ricochet, could have gone anywhere. McNamara goes to the ground, Derley rides the tackle and, well, squeezes its way through.
He got a touch here, Douglas. Maybe made it more difficult for the man on the line. It was Laursen.
I think without the deflection, though, it probably could have hit the first man, Mjällby, or certainly Laursen would have had a better chance of blocking it. The deflection just took it away from both of them.
Much room for manoeuvre, but he's done really well, Maloney. It's a good climb by Pedro Manuel, I think it was, to get it away. And it's another corner. And surely, once again, the demand is it has to be a perfect corner. Rab Douglas coming up as well. 2 mark 2, but they're all in one half of the field. And this is Maloney. Stayed onside, Thompson. He's worked it well. Still worked it. Oh, free kick! And that'll be another booking. And this time it's Valenti. And that means that he's going to go as well, because he's already had a yellow card. So for the final minute and a half, it will be parity in terms of numbers of players. More importantly, here comes the free kick. Maloney, oh no. Oh, what a shame for the young man. They think the last danger is past, and they could be right. We've had the 4 minutes, but there's a little bit more to be played, says the Slovakian.
Everyone thought that we had a chance, and then Bobo gets sent off and you slightly push back. But even when we went down to 10 men, I thought we still created 1 or 2 openings that, you know, who knows.
The atmosphere that night was totally incredible. I'll never forget it.
We can be proud of our achievements. Obviously that would have been nice to go that little bit further and win it, but you know, we can go into this next season full of confidence from what we achieved and the teams we beat, knowing that on a day we're more than a match for anybody.
They've just done the club proud, and especially when they come back as well, had to play a massive game on the Sunday after 120 minutes in searing heat, to go and play like they did at Kilmarnock and to end up winning nothing, I thought was really gut-wrenching for me.
For many, just being there on that sultry night in Seville was achievement enough. And of course there were so many moments to savour along the way. The night at Ewood Park when Celtic toyed with Blackburn Rovers for the last half hour of a game they were winning comfortably. In Vigo, watching the heroics of Bobo Baldi and his teammates as they repelled raid after raid from a strong Celta side. Or at Celtic Park that night when Sean Maloney appeared from nowhere to put Celtic 2-1 up against Stuttgart. Then in Oporto, on that special night when Henrik Larsson swept Celtic into the final of the UEFA Cup for the first time ever. Or maybe for some it was that wet and windy evening at Anfield when Celtic created a little club history by dumping the hugely fancied Liverpool out of Europe with that awesome strike from John Hartson. Or perhaps the final itself, when Celtic gave their all in blistering conditions. Henrik Larsson collected his 29th European goal for Celtic, setting a new record for a Scottish club in Europe, and the team rendering themselves both mentally and physically exhausted in a titanic struggle with Porto, only to lose out with just minutes remaining. This has been the story of that entire campaign, the story of how, after 33 years of trying and waiting and hoping, Celtic have finally put their club's name back in the European headlines, in a manner which exalted the club's history, and we were there to see it.